Hello and welcome to the Free Bin, the podcast of the Toledo Public Library here in Toledo, Oregon. I'm Cindy.
And I'm Harrison.
And we are here to share what's happening at the library. So this is our new news. Okay. Boy, there's a lot going on, and I'm going to try and make it as succinct as possible. So, next week on Wednesday is story time, and the theme is bees.
Bees.
And the next day, on Thursday, we have the Catch the Buzz from the Museum of Natural and Cultural History. They're coming to share a hands-on program about bees.
What a coincidence.
I know. It's amazing. And it's like we planned it. And I don't think it's going to, I think it's going to be really, really super informative. I don't think there's going to be like a lot of like wear bee suits or anything.
I don't think they're going to have you do like the Nicolas Cage at the end of the infamous remake of The Wicker Man.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to pour bees on your head.
No.
We know these people. They're very good at what they do. They would not put bees on your head.
They're not going to hurt you.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah. And then so that's Wednesday, story time. Thursday is our actually that is our last. No, it's not our last. Is it our last?
It's our last.
It is our last summer reading program. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. So
this went fast.
Whew. That's just went by so fast. But the next day on Friday is the Super Smash Brothers tournament. Mm-hmm. If you play Super Smash Brothers, you don't have to be great at it. You can just want to come and have fun. Mm-hmm. There will be very minimal prizes and a whole lot of bragging rights. But you know what? Mm-hmm. You're there to have fun and make friends and find people who like to do that kind of thing too. And so come sign up at the library, or you can call 541-336-3132 and let us know you want to come and play, and we'll sign you up. It's for all ages. Mm-hmm. You might find yourself beaten by like a 9-year-old, but that's okay. Give the kid some, space. He can win too. So that's the events coming up in August. And we have one other event that we want to talk about because this kind of, it's another important event. I'm sorry, yes. I forgot. Wow.
Author visit.
There is an author visit. Melanie Sellier is from Australia. She writes the Four Kingdoms series, which is a young adult. It's like high level juvenile young adult, and it's rewritten fairy tales. It's super interesting. We have a lot of people who really like it, and she's going to zoom in Tuesday night at 6:00, which is actually a Wednesday morning at 10:30. Now I haven't figured out how that works. That we're not even numbers. Where does that half hour come from? If anybody knows, go ahead and let us know.
That's a good question.
I have no idea.
How does that work?
I don't know.
I know it's winter time where she is.
It is. And so, it's just so bizarre to me that it's a half hour there. It's like 10:30 in the morning when it's 6:00 at night here.
I got to look into that.
I know. That's like do
they have more granular time zone breaks over there?
I don't know. I honestly, I looked at that and went, that can't be right. And she assured me it was. Okay. So they are 9.5 plus hours ahead of us or something like that. Anyway, so she is going to, 12 plus 9.5.
12 plus 9.5.
Yeah. So it's 6:00 our time. 12. Yeah.
Right. Because that includes, I get lost.
I know.
Because we have daylight saving time here, and it's the simplest math. It's forward or backward, but somehow it throws me off every single time.
I know. Anyway, so we know that she's going to be bright and early awake at 10:30 in the morning in Australia. Mm-hmm. We will be at 6:00 in the evening. Come sign up for that because the first 10 people who sign up get a free book from her, and they're signed copies. And then she is also sending us a whole set of one of her series for the library so that they can be checked out. And she's sending book plates for people who, signature book plates that you can put in your books of hers. And you can always purchase those books on Amazon. They're not very expensive. But they are really good. And I think that a lot of people really enjoy them. So come for the author event. And then I think the last two things, and then we'll get to our special contest. The last two things is summer reading ends the 28th. You need that's the last day to get your stuff in. You can bring it on the 29th and we will say, oh, I'm sorry. You missed the deadline. No, it's the 28th. 28th is the last day you can turn in your sheets to get your raffle tickets or to get your library stuff that, maybe you haven't picked up. We are running low, though. We don't have the nice cloth bags. We had to reorder those. We now know better for next year. And we do have some T-shirts left, and we have other stuff, too. There's books, and there's raffle tickets, of course. And so the raffle ticket thing is going to, we have a lot of entries for that. It's kind of scary. We're going to make it as fair as we can. We're going to fold each of the raffle tickets in the exact same way. We're going to put them in a big box. We're going to shake them up really good. And then we're going to pull the name and hopefully it will be a fun time.
And odds wise, it's interesting because I'm going to start over. Because raffle tickets stack and you can enter again, people can enter into multiple raffles.
Right.
They can also enter multiple times into a single raffle.
Right.
So the odds are kind of all over the place. We've had some people kind of jostling for position, trying to get as many entries as they can over the summer. So I have not, other than slipping them in, I have not taken a look at any of who's in there.
I haven't either.
So I don't know what the percentages are for who's in each.
But, it only takes one. Only takes one ticket to win.
Only takes one.
You might get super lucky. All right. So the Story Trackers meets on the 29th. We'll talk more about that next week.
Yep.
Okay. So this is an art contest from Lincoln County Youth Summer Art Contest. It is use your art to show a healthy life without tobacco for a chance to win fun prizes. The deadline is September 30th, 2026.
Yeah, this is Lincoln County Public Health.
Right.
Is running this. Yeah.
Right. So you're going to create a poster with a message of hope and resources to win prizes and for your art to be featured on the website and in promotional materials like bookmarks. So we're just helping this along by providing the materials in our library. So if you come down to the library and you look around and go, hey, I'd like to make this contest, or if you have a kid who's a real artist and they want to try and enter the contest, then you can pick up the materials here. We have paper. You can work on it here, or you can take it home with you, the paper, and then you bring it back to us, fill out the form, and we turn it in. It is due September 30th, so you've got a month and a half about.
And if you want to work on your poster in-house, they've left us some really nice markers that we're going to have on our passive display there on the table, so you can sit down and work on that. Right.
So we want you to come in and do this. I don't know. Oh, there is a QR code that you can take a picture of, and it will send you to sign up for prizes, fill out the form to sign up for prizes and for parental consent. So if you're under the age of, it is just for kids, right? If you're under the age of 18, you need to have parental consent, I think probably so that they can look at your art and that kind of thing.
Yeah, for the entry. We got all the forms out there available for you as well.
Yep.
That's I'm looking forward to seeing what comes in there. We've got other institutions are participating in this throughout the county. And it ought to be really cool.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. And you have a chance to just work on some real creativity. And that's a cool thing.
Yeah, and for our younger folks out there who may not remember, the whole world used to kind of smell like cigarettes.
I was just thinking about that. Because I've never been a smoker. But I was thinking about how when I used to, as a kid, go into restaurants and they would have a smoking section, and it was like not even blocked off. It was just like 6 tables in a corner. And then if you sat near them, you were still getting secondhand smoke.
Oh, yeah.
Everything smelled like smoke. Everything was just horrifically smoky. So, and I remember the days on airplanes when you could smoke on airplanes.
Oh, see.
And I am so thankful you can't smoke on airplanes.
Yeah, because you're right in there.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's our It's our opinion. Okay.
All right. What did you bring for us, Cindy?
So I made a trip to Trader Joe's this last week, and I found these cute little soda bottles. I just thought they were cute, and I wanted to pick one, but they're really small. So these are Fruity King Mini Soda.
Fruity King Mini Soda.
And the logo is a lion on a skateboard.
Okay.
Yeah. Fruity King Mini Soda, we have the artificially flavored pineapple.
Okay.
And we have the artificially flavored fruit punch. Which one do you want to try first, Harrison?
Oh, boy. I'm thinking maybe I'll start with the pineapple.
Okay, so I'm looking at this. This is 5 ounces, guys.
It's got 5-ounce bottle.
80 calories in it.
Okay.
And a whole lot of sugar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it can get away with having a low calories per serving based on the fact just that it's a tiny bottle.
Right. Okay.
But it's got a lot.
So pineapple, here we come. I'll
Okay.
get myself a little. These are little bottles. We're
doing a minimal. Ooh.
It is yellow.
Yeah. Woo! Wow.
Does it smell like pineapple?
It's coming at me. It's a cloudy
Whoa.
yellow. Yeah. I leaned into that.
Yeah. Oh, it does smell pretty good, though.
It does.
It smells like pineapple.
Yeah, fresh pour.
Oh,
it does
yeah.
kind of come after you in a way where I'm like, I should have done the waft, the old science class trick of you never want to sniff it, you want to wave it towards your nose. It does smell good, though.
It smells like fresh cut pineapple.
Yeah, got to let it decant for a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
To let that,
So let's see what
mellow
our
out.
ingredients are. Carbonated water, sugar, artificial flavor.
That's all you need.
It is. This is Brazilian.
Oh.
Oh, fun. It's a product of Mexico. Okay.
It's Brazilian company product of Mexico.
Well, it says it's manufactured by what I can't pronounce, but it's Brazil. Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah. And then by Mexicor, Sugarland, Texas is the distributor.
Okay.
But it says on the bottom, product of Mexico. Oh, and it contains 0% juice.
0%
Just
juice.
so you know. It's all artificial.
3 countries, no juice.
Cheers.
Yeah. I mean, it does taste like pineapple.
It doesn't have a lot of carbonation, though.
No.
And that just maybe because I shook it so much. It's
yeah.
not hard.
No, and it doesn't taste like fake pineapple either, even though it is. I mean,
Yeah,
it tastes
yeah.
like pineapple.
I'm pretty sure it is because it is not. It's probably cane sugar, and it's got a real sugar taste to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's got caramel color and yellow number 5.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Cheers.
All right. Yeah. Not so bad.
Okay.
Okay.
Next up,
The red one.
the red one also contains 0% juice,
Good.
but it's got artificial flavors, of course. Citric acid, potassium. Anyway, 80 calories and 19 grams of carbs.
Okay.
Whew. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. It'd be weird if this one was just all juice.
I know. That can't be right.
I think I'll just use my same one there.
Oh, yeah, you finished your pineapple.
I finished my pineapple.
I'll probably
a lot of
blend mine.
pineapple.
This looks like it could turn your teeth red. I'm just saying. It's got a real redness to it.
Smells red.
It does. It smells like red Kool-Aid. But it is fruit punch. I'm not sure what kind of fruit. The picture on the front has oranges, pineapple, strawberry, grapes, limes. It's fruit.
If you're going after the picture on the label, is it made out of lions and skateboards?
It might be. He looks like he's on a fruit roll-up, like he's, one of those fruit leather roll-up things. Mm-hmm. It looks like he's skating down a fruit roll-up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Man, that would be fun.
Okay, let's try
here
this.
we go.
Oh.
I'm less enthusiastic about this one.
Very good. I'm less enthusiastic about it also. It's very fruit punch.
It is, but there's an artificiality underneath this one that's coming through.
Yeah.
It tastes a little bit like, like the inside of a Sears. It's got a little bit of a carpety taste riding underneath the fruit punch. It's kind of musty.
I think the pineapple might have made it worse for me because the pineapple was good, but I think it coated the inside of my mouth. So I'm tasting kind of a pineapple blend.
It's a little plasticky. It's a little, Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I don't like this one at all. I like the yellow one.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same fruity flavor. So if you decide to go and get Fruity King at Trader Joe's Minnesota, get the pineapple. It's not bad. And it really only has one fruit in it. And that kind of makes a difference, doesn't it?
You can really concentrate on that.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that kind of stuck to my teeth.
Ooh, all right. And you're Cindy's pouring them together and making an orange concoction. What's your verdict on that?
See, that's not bad because the pineapple's good.
Yeah.
No. Not my thing. Woo. Okay.
All right.
So I brought the drinks. Harrison brought the topic, and I have no idea what it is. So we are about to find out.
I did.
Together.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about early film again.
Oh, boy.
This one does not involve any questionable handling of infants.
Thank goodness.
As our
that was
previous,
scary.
Although
that was a bit scary.
I'm not sure exactly what's going on in one of the films we're going to watch, but
okay.
I like to think it's all good. We'll get to that.
Okay.
So for this, I'll start. Our jumping off point will be the transition from the silent film era to the talking film era.
Okay.
When the talkies came in, which, our general understanding of film history tells us that 1927's The Jazz Singer was the first sound film. That was the first feature film that included sound, songs, Al Jolson, and blackface, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the transition to where films were typically sound films after that point. But sound films existed before The Jazz Singer. And in fact, sound films that more closely resemble the sound films that would come later in terms of technology and how they were captured and played back. Those existed years before The Jazz Singer, and some of them still survive.
Right.
What we're largely going to be talking about today is phonofilm. Are you familiar with phonofilm?
No, I'm not familiar with phonofilm.
Phonofilm was a sound-on-film system developed by Theodore Case and Lee DeForest and introduced in 1923. Case and DeForest were both tube guys. Back in 1906, DeForest had invented the Audion tube, a vacuum tube for sound detection and amplification. I've talked about the care and feeding of amplifier vacuum tubes back in our March 2026 episode, Symplasmic Plastidial Catabolism, when my segment was about the standby switch on a guitar amp and why we have it. And for his part, starting in 1916, Theodore Case had developed the thalified cell. That was a thallium sulfide vacuum tube for light detection. Case's invention will be especially relevant here. Phonofilm built on technologies developed by both inventors. DeForest first patented components of this system in 1919, and created the DeForest Phonofilm Corporation in 1922. But it wasn't until he got access to Theodore Case's sweet thalified cells that phonofilm became a viable technology. Starting in 1923, DeForest produced a bunch of short sound films, mostly for tech demo and promotional purposes, though of course they have huge historical value now. And so they were very much both invested in this, both, to using each other's stuff and individually. And trouble was brewing between Case and DeForest. They both wanted to be the sound on film guy because this was a nut that a lot of people in adjacent industries were trying to crack.
Right.
Case, in particular, did not feel that his lab was adequately credited and compensated for its contribution to phonofilm. Lee DeForest had, called it the DeForest Phonofilm Corporation, but he was depending on the thalified cells from Case and Case's lab. So Case stopped providing materials to DeForest. And that basically killed phonofilm and kind of proved Case's point that, he was depended on his stuff. And Case would go on to sell his own patents to Fox Film in 1926 as the movie tone system.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That's familiar.
And Fox used Case's movie tone in their talking pictures until 1931. And of course, they rebranded it Fox Movie Tone after they got it from Case.
Yeah.
Now, the jazz singer, widely recognized as the first sound film, as a feature film, used Warner Brothers Vitaphone technology. And rather than being sound on film, this system relied on film for the visual and a phonograph for the audio, with both being interlocked for synchronization. Right. So it was still sound on disc, not sound on film the way phonofilm and some of those earlier technologies were. The system was very complex for both recording and playback because even recording was hard because cameras and equipment at that time were loud. So you couldn't just even mic people up, even if you had the system to do that. You had to account for the amount of noise on the set, and that problem wasn't solved yet either. So it was more complicated than this, but on a fundamental level, it was still playing a record and showing a silent movie at the same time.
Right.
And Vitaphone itself did not last long, and it did not resemble what we would come to think of as sound film as much as did the earlier technologies that like phonofilm. However, Vitaphone still depended on the vacuum tubes based on DeForest's earlier invention of the Audion tube. So none of this was happening in a vacuum. So there were a lot of technologies getting going at the same time, all solving different parts of the problem and building up to, when we would eventually get sound film all on one medium, and then, tape, the same thing.
I find that I've never thought about this, and this is going to make me sound like total dip. So when you, I know now it's all digital, everything's recorded digitally. I don't understand how they got sound. How did they get the sound on the film?
I can show you a picture. Sorry, listeners, but I'll describe this as we go. Because
I'm baffled.
Provide a link to the phonofilm Wikipedia page, and it has a nice little demonstration of how this works. So basically, on your film strip, you have your cells, your frames of your film, and then alongside that, you have a separate little strip of audio data.
Who the heck knew?
Yeah, and that also works by optically. So this is where those vacuum tubes come in, because those vacuum tubes can be used for light detection as well. So those thalified cells can be used as, my understanding is, unless I'm wrong, and please let me know, listeners, if I'm wrong in this, basically those could work as an optical sensor. So as the light is shining through on your projector, it's also shining light through this separate little track on the same strip of film that translates the light signal back into sound.
Whoa.
And phonofilm was doing that back in 1923.
Wow.
And then Vitaphone came in and things fell apart and came together. And eventually we came back to something like this being standard.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting kind of development, regression, and then finding our way back to it through
I'm sorry, that's fascinating.
conflicts.
I had no idea. I probably at one time went, that's how they do it. But it just seems so clever to me. And because, so I can see like silent film started with the movie theater providing the soundtrack through an organist. And then they played a record on the little photo film. And then they finally figured out how to put it all in one spot and sync it up, which I think that's just amazing.
And except this
we are smart people. They were smart people back then.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And it's a lot of components to make this happen. But yeah, this came first before the technology of playing a record and the film at the same time.
That's very cool.
So that's what Vitaphone was. Basically, it was an interlocked turntable and projector. And that's what Vitaphone did for the Jazz Singer. And that was after this.
Wow.
And this, no feature film was made using phonofilm. Although, of course, every feature film that would come to be after that was using this basic idea. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so it's almost like the Jazz Singer and the start of the talkies there was kind of a detour in this technology,
right?
Rather than being the start.
In
a certain
very clever
way of looking at it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to share with you a couple of these pre-1927 sound films. They're not feature films, so we're not going to be here for 5 hours.
Oh, thank goodness. I got to go home sometime.
And the first one, excuse me, is from 1923 or early 1924. And it's one of the phonofilm demo films called A Few Moments with Eddie Cantor.
Oh, okay.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. And this is all in the public domain due to its age. So I'm just going to hit play and we're going to watch together.
Can you turn it towards me a little?
Nah.
Oh, thank you.
Here we go.
Ooh, okay. A Few Moments with Eddie Cantor.
The legendary Eddie Cantor. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice long intro here.
Oh, no, lady. No, you're wrong. I'm not Tommy Meehan. Funny how everybody takes me for Tommy Meehan. No, Tommy hasn't got that certain, that I have. But it's a funny thing. For a man that's good looking as I am, I get the homeliest girl. I just canceled a girl of mine, yes. Homely? Oh, you've heard about people's faces being wrinkled? Hers was a court edict. And she had a very, very nice family. Of course, they had a lot of hard luck. Yes, her poor father, he died of throat trouble. They hung him.
Oh, gosh.
And her brother, lovely chap, but he's gone, poor fella. With good behavior, he ought to be out in 1927 or 8. You know, he used to work in a bank. But no matter how much the boss likes you, you can't work in a bank and bring home samples. Oh, no. And she was a nice girl. I didn't mind her being homely, but she was so dumb, terribly dumb. Well, she was so dumb, they had to burn down the schoolhouse to get her out of the 2nd grade. Can't beat that. Well, enough about her. I think I'll recite. That's it. I feel poetical. There was a man who loved the bees. He was their earnest friend. He used to sit upon their hives, but they stung him in the end. Thank you. I knew you'd like it. Now I think I'll sing. It's the safest thing for me to do. Mr. Olson, would you play something for Eddie? Do that, will you?
It was George Olson provided the music for this.
I may look simple, but I want you to...
Oh.
Knowledge. I'm right at home with brainy men, and then my wisdom I show. But when there's clever girls around, I get up and go. Those educated babies are a bore. I'm going to say what I've said many times before. Oh, the dumber they come, the better I like them, 'cause the dumb ones know how to make love. Oh, Weisenheimer has you meet her folks when you call. The brainless baby always keeps you down in the hall. Oh, the dumbbells I met have won beauty prizes. They look like angels sent from above. A clever girl will want to know if you mean to wed. The dumb ones never think of looking that far ahead. That's why the dumber they come, the better I like them, 'cause the dumb ones know how to make love. Oh, the dumber they come, the better I like them.
Little dance there.
Yeah.
The smart girls speak Greek and other languages too, but the dumb girls only languages who's putchy as you. All the saps that I've met have won beauty prizes. They look like angels sent from above. You start squeezing clever girls, you're soon on the shelf. But when you're with dumb Doras, you can just be yourself. All the dumber they come.
I don't know about this.
There's a lot to unpack.
Oh, yes.
Very much.
And it's very appropriate to the time frame.
Yeah, this is as 1923 as a thing can be. He's back.
He's back. Taking a bow. Yes.
And this is very, it gives us a look at like vaudeville norms too, because he's thrown to the back row. Physically, everything else.
Before I forget, yesterday I went down to the Pennsylvania Railroad station to wait for a train from Philadelphia. And standing alongside of me, right in a little place where you make the trains for Philadelphia, was a Jewish man and a little boy. And it seems that this boy must have aggravated his father because his father kept hitting him. He kept saying to him, I could give it to you for the second time. Finally, a man passed and said, cut it out, mister. Don't you hit that boy again or I'll make trouble for you. Hear that? I'll make trouble for you. This fella turned around and said, you're going to make trouble for me. Last week, my wife ran away with the janitor. Yesterday, I failed in business. My baby's got measles, and he swallowed the tickets to Philadelphia, and you're going to make trouble for me? You seem to like this story so well, I think I'll tell you another story of a gentleman of Hebraic faith.
Didn't really get the reaction he wanted.
The week before Christmas. You remember we had the week before Christmas
think this depends on being in a theater and people would have been reacting.
Yeah.
So there's no canned laughter here,
right?
Which makes the jokes that maybe...
they kind of fall flat.
You can't...
And the first day out, seated alongside of me, was this little fellow kept moaning to himself like this. And the next day out, he repeated the same thing and says, basement. And when he did it the third day, I went over to him. I said, mister, please excuse me for butting in, but I want to help you. Tell me why. Why do you keep moaning like that? He says, it's already the third day I'm on the wrong train. Well, I think I'll sing again now, won't I? Again, won't you play a little something for Eddie?
He does a nice little dance.
He could dance.
Porgy is a guy who is very bashful and so shy. The ladies prize him. They idolize him. You can find him most anywhere in a great big cozy Morris chair. I'd be looking at the ceiling while some
I mean, this is, there's singing, there's dancing, there's comedy. This is kind of like proto stand-up.
Yeah, he was vaudeville.
Yeah.
And they're just a little bit racy and naughty.
Yeah.
And that's very vaudevillian.
Yeah. What I do think is interesting about it, though, is even when he's being edgy and problematic and stuff, he's still kind of making himself the butt of the joke.
Right.
Where he's opens with people are mistaking me for Tommy Meehan, who was a famous film star of the era. He's obviously playing a character of being this kind of guy who thinks too much of himself. So even when he's doing this stuff, he's kind of playing off that, which makes it age better than a lot of things from the 20s would in terms of like, could you make this joke? He's presenting it in a way where it's like the joke is on him. But he's also just profoundly capable performer.
Oh, I mean, absolutely.
Like you had to be for vaudeville stuff like that.
Yeah.
Can't just do one thing. He did it all.
Sang, danced, told jokes, probably clowned around a little bit more. It's interesting though. I mean, because part of me is like, oh, that's kind of inappropriate, some of the jokes and about the dumb girls and all that, but it's so appropriate to the era. And I think women played into that totally in the theater, in vaudeville especially. There was always the dumb blonde. And always.
And he's an unreliable narrator is what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
I feel like Eddie Cantor, he would tell those jokes, but he would establish himself as an unreliable narrator in his act in a way where I don't know, it took, it's even when the material is mean-spirited, it seems like, he's pointing it back toward himself. Of like, this guy's being a jerk, and that's kind of the point in a different way. Yeah. It's a hard it's a hard thing to pull off. I feel like he does it pretty.
I think
pretty well.
he was a great performer.
Yeah,
and
but without that extra element, it's like, oh yeah, this is just
yeah. But it's interesting the way. I mean, that's really for talkie film. You know, what year was this?
23, maybe early 24.
Yeah, I mean, it's really very, very sophisticated.
Yeah, and the sound quality is pretty good, and
the lighting leaves a little bit to be, but I imagine that the kind of lights that they needed were not theater lights, that you need something different for film.
Yeah, I know that was a whole different discipline back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there are some things that I feel like don't quite land for me, like some of those jokes at the end. I'm like, I feel like maybe I just don't get this.
Right.
Yeah, but
well, if you look at it from the other side, so let's say Eddie Cantor transplanted himself in 2026, and somebody's telling jokes about cell phones and texting.
Right.
He's not going to get it. Yeah. And so there's going to be things like, I didn't know who the guy was that he referenced at the beginning, and then he's referencing Philadelphia, and he's referencing Jewish people on the train. We don't have that experience. But
I've seen Jewish people on the train.
You know what I mean? We don't go around going, that's Jewish people on the train.
And Eddie Cantor, I believe he came out of the Borscht Belt. That would have been his core audience there too.
Yeah.
But Eddie Cantor died in 1964. He was 72.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was around for a lot of the technology that came, by the 60s.
Yeah.
So, but he was born in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And was he Jewish?
Yeah, his birth name was Isidor Itzkowitz.
Or they called him Eddie.
Yeah, it was very common to
find a different
change the name at that time.
Oh, wow, he helped to develop March of Dimes.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
cool.
that. I forgot Eddie Cantor was part of that. Yeah, and his delivery was iconic to the point of like you could imitate him just in noises.
Yeah,
like
he's just an interesting performer, early vaudevillian, and started that comedy, kind of physical comedy, the way he danced and moved around the stage, that kind of stuff. Very physical comedy.
Yeah.
Yep. And he had buggy eyes. Yeah. That's what they called him, banjo eyes. You'll have to look up Wikipedia and look up Eddie Cantor and take a look at some of the pictures, because he's an iconic performer in the early years of film and entertainment. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So that's the first one I wanted to show. That one's a phono film short. I also wanted to show you this one. This one was directed by Theodore Case a little bit later. The full title of this is Theodore Case Sound Test, Gus Visser and His Singing Duck. This is from 1925. Yeah, Duck.
You listeners, we will react, but you're going to have to look this one up.
Yes. Now, I told you, there was going to be no like mishandling of babies for this movie. But you tell me what you think is happening with the duck.
Okay. I'm afraid.
Right, here we go.
Okay.
Gus Visser and His Singing Duck. Oops. Where are we? Here we are.
Okay. Oh, it's a real duck.
It is a real duck and a real Gus Visser, Dutch-American performer here.
Okay.
A little song entitled And little Lily was oh so silly and shy, and all the fellows knew she would not bill and coo. Every single night,
heart in his hair is like a mile wide.
And God, I loved the one that she would cry. Oh my, he is making eyes at me. He's on the hay to me.
Oh,
He is almost breaking my heart. I am beside him. Mercy, let his bullshit guide him. He wants to marry me and be my honey bee. Every minute he gets older. No, he's leaning on my shoulder. He's kissing me. Oh my! He is making eggs of me. He is a fillet for me. Oh my! He is almost breaking my heart. I'm just saying, merci ladies, function dating.
He's manipulating that duck.
He's manipulating the duck somehow.
And it's not unduly upset, but
no.
He's squeezing it somehow.
He's honking it somewhere back there with his right hand.
But you can't see where his right hand is, and that's scary.
Yeah, that's the part that has me a little nervous. I'm not sure what he's doing to prompt the duck to quack. I don't think you can train a duck that well to quack on time.
Yeah. Well, but the duck didn't look upset or in pain.
No.
You know, it looked a little like, whoa, surprised it as much as it surprised me.
Yeah. So there you have it. That's 2 years before The Jazz Singer.
Wow.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Greatest film ever made. Gus Visser and Singing Duck.
That's funny.
So 1925. So yeah, it is one of those rare things through these short films sound films of this time that you capture some of these vaudeville acts, not just in a description or in images or even on a silent film, but the full audio visual experience, minus the audience, of course, which in that Eddie Cantor bit, you know, it was set up so you're expecting he's responding to laughter that isn't there, because he's recreating without the audience there, which is hard to do. So you don't get to see him playing off the audience as much. Although I feel like his asides, his little transitions, to me are funnier than the material coming from Eddie Cantor. His little like, I think I'll dance. It's the safest thing to do. You know, that is like lands. And so I feel like there is something lost in not having it live for that kind of performance. You can tell he could work a crowd. Like,
I'm sure. And, you know, comedy depends so much on the audience reaction. And I'm sure he had people there in the studio, but they were probably told, be quiet, don't react. Yeah. You know, and so.
Because all the equipment is like gears. And
you know, the whole time. So it's interesting, though, to me that's so early. That's such early film. That's amazing.
Yeah. And some of these you can still find. Some of them I haven't searched for every one that I found a reference to.
Yeah.
But it's really cool. Like having that record of the early 1920s and entertainment at the time. There's a lot to learn from. Some stuff, you know, doesn't age well or doesn't land from time to time. The past is a different country. But some of it does.
Some of it
lands better than you would expect.
Right. And it's because it's universal, you know, and he's very derogatory towards women, but that was the past. I like that. The past is a different country. It's a different place, a different time.
And it's a document you can learn from.
And we have, as a country, come a long way.
And I like to think, and maybe this is me being optimistic again with this, but I like to think that he's set himself up as somebody who's not in a position to put anybody down. But again, that might be. That's how I'm reading the joke, based on how he opened the act and how he kind of did that. He was willing to be the clown and didn't seem full insult comedy. Like,
no, he's really playing a character. I am sure that Eddie Cantor was not like that in his real relationships with people. But any kind of vaudeville act, it's going to be an act. Yeah, you play a character. And you could be the seed, you know, the guy, hayseed guy from Arkansas or whatever, you know, hillbilly land or whatever you want to call it.
You could do some things that definitely we can talk about more, like Al Jolson did.
Right, which is not good. That was a poor choice.
Which again, we can learn from what was normalized in the past.
Right, and you know, so there's a whole lot of stuff there that it's just a way that we have developed over the years, and you know, on the, you know, in entertainment, there might have been being derogatory towards women or towards yourself, that's self-deprecating, or towards whatever. But in the reality of the fabric, women of time and of place, and in reality, women were fighting for their rights in 1923. They were saying, no, this isn't what we want. This isn't fair. But in the entertainment industry, I mean, Marilyn Monroe, there's a lot of like, she is a very smart person who had a lot of issues, but her portrayal in Gentlemen Love Blondes, or whatever that movie is, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, she's total ditz, you know? So, I mean, there's a persona that's put on.
Yeah.
And you see that all the time, that comedians, you know, who was it? I'm pretty sure Bobcat Goldthwait does not talk like that all the time. He might, but you know, and
you don't think this is every day.
You know, I mean,
that's the thing, is that, and that's a whole other thing of when you're playing, are you reinforcing something when you play those roles, when those are the only roles that are offered, and you have, if you aren't playing those roles, then they won't be even represented. And that's a back and forth there too. And that's a thing that changes over time too.
Yeah.
And
I think comedy, as opposed to other forms of acting, but comedy, stand-up especially, and you hear this argument from comedians who are like, well, yeah, I'm equally roasting everybody, not just one group or one political party or one of this. I do it to everybody, and that can be used as an excuse, but it's also the nature of comedy, is you're there to make fun of people or fun of things.
And you can joke about anything. And and there are many, many prominent comedians who demonstrate that. But you do have to be funny. Right. And you can't just be bullying and punching down. You have to actually be funny. And I feel like a lot of times you'll hear comedians saying, oh, you're not allowed to joke about things. And it's like, well, no, I think that your audience is just not responding the way you want. And instead of reading the room, you have decided to try to play into I'm being silenced somehow. Right. And it's like, well, you're not.
You're not. You're just not funny.
Because I'm hearing you. Yeah.
Nobody thinks you're funny.
And there's a way to do it. And times change. What is punching up or punching down changes. Perceptions of that change over time. Audiences change. But there's always a way to read the room and joke about anything, as long as it's funny and your audience is reacting. Right. You could joke about whatever you want. Not everybody's going to laugh.
No.
And if most of your audience is frowning, maybe rethink your joke, or don't. A lot of people don't, and they just keep doing what they do.
Yeah. And they find their audience and, you know, that kind of thing. But I think what you said, like Eddie Cantor, that self-deprecating kind of sly, this is really about how lame I am, not how about lame they are, you know. That slyness is, you see that in the really good comedians. They'll joke about things that maybe are a little edgier, but it's coming back on them. It's making the joke more about how they're responding or how they act or who they are, rather than picking on a group or being derogatory and inflammatory about a certain group of people. So, but that's a whole nother discussion. We've gone down a rabbit hole. And
sometimes you have two audiences who take the same act totally different ways.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm sure there were people watching Eddie Cantor and totally just being like, what? Women are and just like totally just taking it as making fun of women. I am sure that those guys were in that audience in 1923 just being misogynistic.
Yes, I'm sure they were. And
I'm sure there were lots of people reading it, you know, as he's setting himself up to look like a jerk. And that's, audiences are not a single thing either.
No, and it's interesting. I love Jeff Foxworthy. He's one of my favorite comedians. And he talks about his show goes over real well in his part of the country, in the South. but it doesn't fly so well in other parts of the country because they don't get it. They don't get the redneck references and that kind of stuff. And they think he's like, they think I'm being derogatory towards certain kind of people, but they are my people.
I think rednecks are universal. I think I think that rednecks are a foundational element of every society. We just have different names and expressions.
Right, that's true.
I think that's there. I think that's there underneath. Everywhere you go, there's a different word and different, maybe a different
ways it manifests itself.
Yeah. But
so.
Yes.
Anyway, well, that was a show.
Yeah. All right. So there we are.
You're going to link the films in the description. Yeah. Because I think it's important you go and watch them if you're interested in what we're really talking about. You could hear it. And that's adequate. But to watch his body language and the way he delivers is interesting too.
Yeah, much of it is physical.
Yeah. All right. Well, don't forget, we got lots going on. Come by the library, pick up a calendar and a brochure and plan your next couple weeks.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
See you later.
See ya. The Free Bin is a production of the Toledo Public Library, which is part of the Lincoln County Library District in beautiful Lincoln County, Oregon. Writing by Harrison Baker and Cindy Bilek. Original music and editing by Harrison Baker. The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect those of any organization they represent. Good night.